A new ACC season is open for business. The Pitt Panthers are in Raleigh tonight to face the North Carolina State Wolfpack from PNC Arena. Hello everybody, Derek Jones alongside Paul Biancardi. And Paul, what an exciting night. The ACC campaign starts tonight.
Two teams playing with a lot of confidence and momentum. Pitt doing a great job defending the three. NC State, they've made 72 threes so far this season. That's tops in the ACC.
Well, Terquavion Smith has got an ability to pop threes.
Well, his three-point shot is deep, it's quick, and he shoots it with supreme confidence. The young man was a former ESPN Top 100 prospect. His playmaking ability has stepped up, averaging 5 assists per game. That's tops for the Wolfpack.
Two teams on a roll entering play tonight. And they will start their voyage in the ACC right now. The 25th meeting all time between Pitt and North Carolina State underway.
NC State seeking their third straight win. Pitt, they've won 4 in a row.
Jarkel Joyner, one of the key players to watch. We mentioned Terquavion Smith, but Joyner also certainly in the mix. Top of the arc three from Smith off the mark. And the Panthers down the floor. They don't mind shooting the rock either from deep, and there you go. Blake Henson bearing a three from the wing to get the Panthers started out right 3-zip.
Henson is in a groove right now. He had 22 points and 8 rebounds against Northwestern. An excellent three-point shooter.
Catch and shoot is in. Terquavion Smith. We just talked about it. There you go, Paul.
When you defend a great three-point shooter, the rule is this: when you think you're close enough, you're not. Get closer.
Cummings, Elliott, Burton, Henson, Hughley the 5 for the Panthers, and a steal off the drive by Burton. Smith, another long three. That's good. Making it look easy early.
We know his range is Steph Curry-like, Trae Young-like. You got to take away his airspace. Make him put the ball on the deck to dribble to a shot. Those last 2 threes were off the catch.
Elliott in. Greg Elliott to the rack. And the transfer from Marquette, quieting the crowd here at PNC Arena, cutting the deficit to 1. The Wolfpack 7-1 so far this season. A Clark missed 3. The rebound control by the Panthers and Elliott. The Panthers, conversely, 5-3 record thus far. After a slow start at 1-3, they've won 4 straight. Wide open three from the corner. Rattles out of the hands of Elliott. Joyner. And that is going to be a turnover against North Carolina State.
Jarkel Joyner, he's brought life to this NC State program. A vivacious young man, a confident young man. He brings experience, talent, and a will to win.
So it'll be an offensive foul, the official call, against Dusan Mohorčić.
See Terquavion Smith with all-out denial.
Burton. Now Nelly Cummings up top. Shot clock to 7. Hughley will try it and banks it in. I don't think he called glass, but it's still good enough to give Pitt the lead.
I don't think he thought glass. I don't think he was aiming for glass.
A 1-point advantage for the Panthers at 7-6. Paul, how important is it for the Panthers here to make sure they keep this crowd at bay?
When you're on the road and you score with pace, you keep the crowd out of the game. It's when you go in scoring droughts, the opposition goes on runs. Now you're fighting an uphill battle.
So Blake Henson will pick up the foul. Jeff Capel, 5th season with the Panthers, and he is trying to turn around their road luck in the ACC.
Well, they are playing very well right now.
Easy layup for the big fella, DJ Burns. He can clear out some space here at 6'9", 275.
Oh, he can take up a lot of real estate inside. The former Big South Player of the Year.
Down low, and the dunk. The finish by Blake Henson. So Henson gives Pitt the lead back at 1. He's got 5 to start out for the Panthers.
NC State getting into their Iverson set. They cut over the top and bottom to a side ball screen.
Into Burns. Double teamed.
And he can really pass out of doubles.
Joyner 3, long miss. Easy rebound for Smith. Too much room. Misses the 3 though.
I would have liked to see Joyner shot fake it, drive it, then score or kick it.
Burton. Fans thought he got away with a walk there. Cummings can't connect. Joyner board.
Each team real comfortable shooting the 3 early in this game.
Well, these are 2 of the best teams shooting the 3 so far in terms of made per game heading into tonight in the ACC. Burns going to work against Hughley. Turnaround shot. That's go.
He's got a soft touch, nimble footwork.
Averages 6 per game. He's got 4 to start. The lead for the Wolfpack.
He's got quickness that you don't recognize. And he can score one-on-one in the block, and when you send the double, he's an excellent passer.
To the block, and an offensive foul. Blake Henson picks up the foul. That's his second. Wolfpack up 1.
The '83 team taught me about dreaming and the importance of dreams, because nothing can happen if not first a dream. If you have someone with a dream, if you have a motivated person with a dream and a goal and a vision, if you have someone who never gives up, who has great hope, and that team taught me the persistence, the idea of never, ever quitting. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop fighting.
Jimmy V, one of a kind, coach.
He's impacted for decades. Who would have thought a basketball coach could impact the lives of so many people? He's saving lives.
That speech was given 10 days before the famous speech he gave at the ESPYs. As once again, DJ Burns finding the touch. He's got 6.
One word for Jimmy V, inspirational.
And his impact and legacy felt not only here at North Carolina State, but around the college basketball world and all those who have been affected by cancer. There's a foul off the drive. It's Burns. You take a look at Burns picking up that first foul there, and he's been a difference maker so far despite that infraction.
Well, he gets in foul trouble quickly. When he gets out of his stance, he'll bump and he'll make contact he doesn't need to. But I'll tell you what, you isolate him on the post, he scored the last 2 possessions on the left block.
Jorge Diaz-Graham with that last 3-pointer attempt, that no good, as well as the one just fired up by Jack Clark. So missed 3s each way. Both teams very active to start from behind the arc.
NC State has taken 10 shots, 7 have been 3s. Only made 2.
Nike Sabande can't get going from deep. A missed effort there. Still a 3-point game at 12-9 in favor of the Wolfpack.
Not a lot of dribble penetration in this game. I think with all the 3-point shooting, it's a good time to try to get into the paint, get a touch, look for a score, or spray it out.
Burns. Oh, Burns trying to test that range with the jumper from about 17 feet away.
And his range is right in that area, 15 to 17. He didn't get good elevation on that jumper.
Burton. Diaz-Graham. Sabandi. His floater is in. Nike Sabandi, a part of that bench for Pitt that has really shown its wares as of late.
Jeff Capel called him the 6th starter. He has been a catalyst for this team.
Certainly the bench a part of the performance that helped them pick up the win over Northwestern on Monday. The cut, Clark open for three. Burton with a rebound.
Really good solid possession by the Panthers. Good hedge on the screen. Good block out to finish.
Burton just throws one up wildly. And the run out here for the Wolfpack. Joyner with speed. A bump, a loose ball, and a foul. Kevin Keith, season 6 for him, and he has been very happy talking to him today about the start of the season, obviously, but one of the things he highlighted was he loved how this team has been able to mesh together and get along.
Just watching them play. I mean, you can look at the record 7-1. They lost to Kansas only by 6. It was the only team to out-rebound NC State. But when I watch them play on tape, I see a team that's together, a team that's playing for each other, and they're locked in and focused on the defensive end.
Down low, the finish by Mahorcic. Could not connect on that one, and the rebound once again corralled by the Panthers, who trail up by 1. And Sabandi thinking about going to work.
Now, NC State has an identity right now. At this time last year, they did not.
Pass intended for Hughley, stolen. Euro in the lane, the layup is good.
He's playing with so much confidence, Casey Morsell.
Morsell, normally known for his prowess from behind the arc, goes inside the paint. It's a 3-point lead for the Wolfpack.
Well, he wasn't known for his three-point shooting out of high school, nor his first year in Virginia. The numbers have increased, the confidence is up, and it's paying off.
3-point lead courtesy of Morsell, the Wolfpack, out in front on the ACC network.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
The three-point shooting has certainly been a storyline coming into this game for both teams. These are the top 2 teams in terms of three-point makes per game in the ACC heading in. Thus far, 13 of their 25 attempted shots between the 2 teams, 3-point attempts.
State averaging 9 made threes per game. Pitt right there as well. Difference is Pitt is defending the three-point shot, only giving up 30% from 3. They have been terrific so far this season defending the 3-ball.
We're going to get a foul going the other way. It'll be against Dusan Mahorcic. That's his second. And again, kind of similar to the first foul he picked up on the offensive side.
He moved right into the defender who tried to go under the screen. A lot of coaches teach, instead of going into the defender, open up and roll down. You may have a better chance of not getting the foul.
So DJ Burns heads back into the game.
And that's a two-headed monster at the center position.
Yes, sir.
And they are monsters.
Diaz Grant. And a steal. Greg Grant, who just entered the game. And Gant able to come up with a steal. That's the 4th turnover. The 3 by Smith. That rattles out. So they can't turn the Gant forced turnover into something, and he picks up the foul here. So Greg Gant picking up his first foul. Now, Paul, we talked about kind of the substitution, the two-headed monster there. Burns is probably going to have to play more minutes, you'd have to think now.
There's no question about it. Or NC State's going to have to go real small. I don't think they want to do that. But if Pitt is not that big, there's an opportunity to play small ball, finish out the half.
Cummings trying to find a cutting Hughley. It got tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers. 10 seconds to shoot. With a 3-point lead for the Wolfpack. Coach Capel looking on.
Got a quick shot clock here. You got to have a quick hitter.
Sabandi will try it and hit. There you go.
He's got a quick trigger.
Tie game at 14.
Nike Sabandi, just great body balance into that jump shot.
Burns, who's been firing early. Double clutches and will go to the line for a pair of free throws. So Burns active offensively thus far after the foul picked up by Hughley. That's his first.
When DJ Burns decides to spin or go to the basket, use his pump fake and get closer to the basket, it becomes more of an offensive threat. When he gets fatigued, he'll start to fade away, and that's where his offense isn't as good.
Burns rattles out that first one. This weekend we have Duke and North Carolina on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Tomorrow the number 17 Blue Devils host Boston College at Cameron Indoor. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern, and Sunday the number 18 Tar Heels take on Virginia Tech in the second game of our doubleheader at 3 Eastern. Should be 2 great days of hoops, because also Miami and Louisville tipping things off on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Derek Lively and Dariq Whitehead playing better now after the Ohio State game. That was a confidence game for those two guys. They have to see their success on the court to feel good about themselves. It's hard for freshmen when they make that adjustment, and those guys were highly ranked out of high school. A lot of pressure.
Oh, no doubt, especially in this league. The shot blocked by Joyner. Great rim protection there by Diaz Graham of the Panthers. Loose in the lane and a steal. Joyner with the kick. Morcell, plenty of time on the 3, short, and that ball out of bounds. Perhaps Smith passing up a 3 there.
I don't think Casey Morcell thought Smith was going to pass it. I don't think anybody in the building thought Terquavion Smith was going to pass it. He caught it on the wing. Great pass by Joyner. Everybody was expecting him to launch it. So Morcell would need a little bit more time to gather himself and get into the shot.
L.J. Thomason. As you caught a glimpse there, the Wolfpack ice cold as of late from 3. Overall, they've missed on 7 of their last 8 field goals. But still, a 1-point lead for North Carolina State.
I want to go at DJ Burns right now if I'm Pitt.
They'll try it, but it's tipped away. And a steal. Smith takes it all the way. A foul, go to the line for 2. Almost had the English to go in. Instead, a couple of free throws on the way.
NC State, such a good steal team. Burns fights for it. Terquavion Smith kind of pinching in. That means he's not on his man, but he's hitting towards the post. Active hands by the Wolfpack.
Smith good on the first. Sabandi picks up his second foul. So Sabandi will head out. Blake Henson back in. Henson also has 2 fouls. So the Panthers have to be very careful here with the foul situation as things move forward. 2 from Smith are in. Morcell back into the mix as Joyner will take a seat. We had a good visit with him early.
We really did. I mean, vivacious young man, big smile, lots of confidence, and lots of love for his new team, the Wolfpack. See NC State picking up full court. They want to make this game an up-tempo game. We may see Pitt go to a zone now because of foul trouble.
Cummings. 7 to shoot for Burton. Now down to 5. Down to 2. Burton lets it go and hits. So the 2 from Burton to cut it to a 1-point game at 17-16.
7 games so far from Burton. Double figures. You know he can score the ball. It's a good feeling if you're Jeff Capel. They didn't have offense last year, Pittsburgh. They had the defense.
Finished 2-10 in their final 12 games. A chunk of those blowouts. The 3 from the wing, no good from Clark. And the one-handed rebound snatched out of the air by Elliott. And the drought for the Wolfpack continuing. Burton will pull it from deep. And the rebound corralled by Clark.
NC State so far this season has done a great job on the defensive glass. Over 75% of the misses, they're grabbing. That hasn't been done here in the last couple of years.
Smith with the drive, the floater, too much English, and the follow is good by DJ Burns. So Burns approaching double figures here. He's got 9 in the first half.
Some guys rebound with athleticism, others rebound with length. DJ Burns rebounds with girth. He'll move you out to get possession.
Deep to Henson. Now Elliott will drive. Lost a handle with the right hand, out of bounds. Wolfpack ball. And a 3-point edge for North Carolina State.
Jamarius Burton. Tarquavian Smith to the glass. Burns with the offensive rebound.
Derek Jones and Paul Biancardi with you, with North Carolina State up 19-16. Certainly, V-Week is a huge part of the college basketball season as we get a look at Aiden Salas out of Weddington High School in North Carolina, battling Ewing sarcoma there with his family. His dad Albert, his mom Allison, his sister Thalia, who is a student here at North Carolina State.
Aiden was on the basketball team at Weddington High School, and Ewing sarcoma, it's inoperable. So he's battling right now with chemotherapy and radiation. Aiden, we're thinking about you, we love you, and keep battling.
The Panthers here putting some pressure on the defensive side against North Carolina State, but offensively struggling themselves, down by 3, and we'll get a foul as Burton going to work in the paint. As Morcell will pick up the infraction. And that'll be his first.
I think if you're Pittsburgh, you want to stop shooting threes and start pounding the ball inside or driving it.
Whoa, a catch and shoot 3 off the glass by Blake Henson.
Or start banking it in.
That's another option. Tie game. He's got 8.
He has been a great surprise for Jeff Capel. Jeff told me before the game, I knew Blake was going to be good. I didn't think he'd be this good this early.
Turnaround shot by Burns, missing. Now Elliott on the move. Pitt can regain the lead. Elliott for 3. Wolfpack basketball. By the way, if you are able and you would like to support the critical work for the V Foundation for Cancer Research, you can give at v.org/donate.
How about our colleague Dick Vitale and all the great work he does for the V Foundation?
Amazing. He has been able to carry on the great work of Jimmy V and cancer research. It is such an important fight.
He's raised more than $11 million.
Off the miss by Burns, going out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Wolfpack. Burns is such an interesting figure. It's a transfer from Winthrop, the Big South Conference Player of the Year. I mean, this guy is, he's not just anybody coming into the game.
And he was recruited out of high school by Tennessee. Then he transferred to Winthrop. Now he's back at the high major level. He told me when he transferred, I just want to see if my game can translate now to the high major level. And the ACC wants to play against the best.
And that's one of the unique challenges for transfers now, as Cummings picks up that foul. That's his first. Coming from a mid-major program into one of the elite conferences in college basketball, that's a challenge, and thus far he's been able to contribute.
He contributes by his scoring and passing. Defensively, he's got to be careful because he doesn't hedge that well, so they got to play drop coverage, which means he just stays closer to the basket. And if you play against a good three-point shooting team, you got to figure out where to put him on the ball screen coverage.
So Burns will head out, Ebenezer Duwana in, and you'd have to think that is a move to help give Burns a breather. If you're just joining us, Dusan Mohorcic picked up a couple of fouls that ushered Burns into the game to play some increased minutes, and he's been productive.
Now Dewana can hedge ball screens hard. Very, very athletic, quick feet, very mobile.
The lead at 1. Burton with the drive. He hits the shot, but that will not count. It will stay on the floor. Off the 16th foul picked up by the Wolfpack. So Dewana comes in and immediately draws a foul. Just under 5.5 left to go. First half PNC Arena ACC opener for Pitt. And wow, what a dunk. And a throwdown there from Federico from Helsinki. The Helsinki, Finland native hammered it home.
He did that one with authority.
What an answer by Terquavion Smith from 3. The lead back to the Wolfpack. He's got 11. Elliott in his drive and 1. Greg Elliott with the answer, and we're tied once again.
Some high-level plays in the last couple of possessions. Federico with the emphatic dunk. Terquavion Smith comes right back, buries the 3, and Elliott's looking for 3.
Burns back in. Dewana will take a seat.
And I think you're going to see Kevin Keats maybe substitute offense-defense with Dewana and Burns. Put DJ Burns in on the offensive side of the ball if you can. Dewana in for defense.
Elliott was an 88% free throw shooter before that misfire. Tie game at 23. Just under 5 minutes left first half.
A lot of ball screens by the Wolfpack. They're a ball screen heavy team.
Marcel with 7 to shoot. The runner. That gets tipped by Federico outside. Joyner. The runner. That's no good. Ball loose and taken by Elliott. The run out for Burton. Burton in the lane. His layup is good. The 8th lead change of the night in favor of the Panthers.
Federico impacting on offense and defense.
Burns. Too much for Federico.
And what Burns did is he took the shot blocker and he moved him under the basket to negate the ability to block the shot. Smart play by DJ Burns.
And a blocking foul coming up. And Kevin Keats, he can't believe it. Burns draws the foul, 25 all. Under 4 left to go. More from PNC Arena. Stay tuned. DJ Burns just picked up his 2nd foul, and Paul, he's been a load here for Pitt to deal with.
Well, this is high percentage basketball. DJ Burns catches it 2 feet outside the paint, and look where he finishes. 2 feet inside the restricted arc. He just moved Federico under the basket to negate the shot blocker. Smart basketball by DJ Burns.
Federico is 6'11 and 220. Normally, that's enough to handle what's going on down low, but he's given up about 50 pounds to Burns.
At least. And Burns does a great job of moving defenders with his hips and legs.
Lead back with Pitt after the Burton free throw. He's got 5. Here's this week's Conference Championship Saturday lineup on ACC Network. Coverage from Charlotte started earlier today and continues at 9 Eastern with The Huddle. And Saturday, a 2-hour pregame show where The Huddle crew kicks off at 6 Eastern. Then after the game, head back to ACC Network for a complete game breakdown with coach and player interviews. You can always watch on the ESPN app if you're out and about. 2-point game here with the Panthers up. The finish down low and 1. Ernest Ross, the freshman, in the mix. And at the line to try to give the Wolfpack the lead.
Beautiful execution by NC State. They set a double ball screen. Ross slipped 2nd. Defense not there. And we see the playmaking ability by Terquavion Smith, averaging 5 assists per game. That's tops for NC State and 2nd in the ACC. He rolled with a purpose. Smith found him.
Foul picked up by Burton. 3-point play converted. Wolfpack back out in front by 1. 28-27. At the last media timeout, they were shooting 32% to Pitt's 55. But still very much alive in this game, leading it by 1. Large part of that, the turnover. 7-1 edge. North Carolina State with just the 1 turnover. Shot clock to 1. The floater by Cummings hits the side of the backboard, and good defense by the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack have been a connected group defensively all season long. Their ability to keep the ball out of the lane, help each other, and clean up the defensive glass has been impressive so far.
8th turnover of the night for the Panthers. And the Wolfpack have taken advantage. 9 points off of those turnovers. In the Ross.
He would have made that if he didn't fade away. Catch it, gather, and then go up strong. The spacing for NC State is terrific.
Ross with some resistance against Cummings. He wanted a foul, he won't get it. But it'll still be Pitt basketball.
Because State has 3-point shooters, they can spread the floor. They got 2 guys high, they got 2 guys wide. They roll someone to the basket. If you're not alert and aware, you're going to give up dunks.
Sabandi back in. Among those in foul trouble, he tries a jumper, can't connect. The rebound corralled by Gant.
Good contest by Ross.
Joyner. In the land of giants. Ball tipped around. Taken by Elliott. Elliott's been very active. Unofficially, that's his 7th rebound so far in this first half. Cummings. Inside, the layup is good from Federico.
Gorgeous dish by Nelly Cummings. He had a season-high 17 points against Northwestern. That time showing the playmaking ability.
11th lead change of the half. Morcell from deep. That misses the rim. Out to Smith, he'll try it. That misses. And Federico with the rebound.
2 good looks.
2 minutes left to go first half. 29-28, Panthers up. And Cummings gets bumped and a foul. And that will mean a 1-and-1 situation here for the Pitt Panthers.
Cummings does a nice job of almost baiting Ross into the foul. Ross excited to be in the game. He's got to move his feet, keep his hands off the ball.
So Cummings with an opportunity here to push this lead out for Pitt. Knocks it down. Sunday night, the Huddle crew will have their annual Selections Day special, a 1-hour show that will include breakdowns and analysis of the ACC's bowl-bound teams and their matchups. Our coverage starts at 9 Eastern right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. 2 from Cummings, the lead at 3. That's been the largest lead of the game for either side. So nobody's running away from the other here in this first half.
It's been a well-played game both on offense and defense. Great hedge. You got to hedge hard against the Wolfpack to take the 3-point shot away. The guy covering the ball has got to get over the screen.
Ball tipped by Federico. Cummings whips a pass down low to Elliott. Elliott in, and that's an offensive foul. Elliott tries to plead his case, but we've got 2 Wolfpack players down. Now both back on their feet. Smith took a tumble, as did Ross.
A golden opportunity for the Panthers. You've got to come to a jump stop to avoid the charge.
So Jack Clark back in. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. 3-point lead for Pitt. Wolfpack haven't scored in over 2 minutes.
Dribble exchange to a roll and replace.
Smith, cross-court pass stolen. Elliott again.
He passed that one on his heels, standing up. That was an easy pick for the Panthers.
Nate Santos on the floor for the Panthers. Burton with 15 to shoot. Burton trying to pick his way through the defense. Tough shot, missed it. Ball tipped and taken by Clark for a moment. Now he tracks it down.
You hurry up, you got a 2 for 1.
Joyner.
Too late now.
Shot clock to 13. As Smith surveys. Crosses over, creates room, missed it. Loose and contained by Santos with the shot clock turned off, and there you go, Paul.
It's hard to argue when Terquavion Smith shoots a 3, but when you shoot it against a 6'10" shot blocker, you can get a better shot.
3-point lead for the Panthers at the close of the first half. More in a moment. Three-point lead for the Pitt Panthers. Derek Jones and Paul Biancardi with you tonight from PNC Arena as we take a look at how we got to this point thus far. It's both teams in this first half. It's been a back and forth contest. Neither team has been able to really run away from the other.
Both teams came out smoking, attempting three-point shots. They've settled down now, more paint touches, more post play.
Down to 11 for Burton. Federico out to set a screen. Burton with 5. Burton to the rim, he lays it in.
Great execution by the Panthers.
Down to 1 second. The runner, that's off the mark to close out the first half. And Pitt with the bucket leads by 5, their largest lead of the game. As we close out this first half, the Panthers grinding hard to grab a 5-point advantage. Now let's get it over to the studio for the halftime report from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte.
Derek and Paul, thanks. Welcome into this ACC Network halftime report. And as they said, coming to you live from uptown Charlotte. What a beautiful night it is here ahead of the 2022 ACC Subway Championship, the football championship. We'll have that game tomorrow between Clemson and North Carolina. And with North Carolina great Joel Berry, I'm Kelsey Riggs. Great to be here. Talking hoops now, football tomorrow, Joel. And right now it's a 33-28 lead for Pitt at the break. We saw both teams come out shooting the first 9 points where threes looked like they were going to be firing on all cylinders, but it was Pitt that was really able to close that half off well. What did you see from them late?
Yeah, they did a really good job on the defensive end and stopping NC State. We know they have those electric guards in the backcourt. They came out, really started hedging those screens and getting the ball out of Terquavion Smith's hand and Jarkel Joyner. And then on the offensive end, they were getting to the basket. They shot a lot of threes coming out in the early in this first half, but Pitt started getting to the basket. They started opening things up and really putting pressure on NC State's defense. It looked like they got rattled early in the first half, but Pitt did a great job of settling down and getting to the basket.
Pitt coming off their highest scoring game in the last 2 seasons in their last outing. And in Joel, as you mentioned, shooting those threes early. They only have 3 of 9, though, so far in the first half. On the other side of things, NC State scoring drought for nearly 4 minutes right there at the end. But what did you like about what you did see from them?
They were getting the ball to DJ Burns. I believe that is a spot that they need to hit a little bit more because they know Terquavion Smith and Jarkel Joyner are really great guards that can create a lot for this team. So being able to establish DJ Burns in the post, and then State needs to continue to just put pressure on the basket. Sometimes they settle for a lot of threes. If they can continue to get into the basket, get into the paint, really draw things in, and then get those wide open threes, that will bode well for NC State. But they have to continue to move the ball as they have in the first half.
DJ already has 11 points. Terquavion Smith has 11 points, but it is a 5-point lead for the Pittsburgh Panthers at the break all the way around. So we'll see what happens in that game. Meanwhile, we've got a little more to get to here. How about Federico from the inside? It's Pitt with a 5-point lead at the break. Well, we don't just have hoops for you, Joel. We've got some dog tricks. A little chihuahua like, why are y'all looking at me? I can do this.
Got him handling the rock.
First of all, he is as big as that ball. The ball might be bigger than him. It's Pitt with the bigger lead right now. They're up 5 over NC State at the break. We'll send you back out to the game after this.
Federico, Paul, has made a difference through the first half.
He gave Pitt some really nice minutes. A block shot, 2 hard dunks off the screen and roll. Not only did he block a shot, but he's changed shots on the defensive end. I felt like the minutes he gave Pitt helped change the complexion of the first half. In fact, when you look at the plus minus, you pointed out to me at halftime, he's +8.
How about DJ Burns? He's had quite an impact in this game as well.
Yeah, he needs more touches. He's 5 for 8. Overall, NC State 3 for 15 from 3. Get DJ Burns some touches, not so much for scoring opportunities, but the ability to play inside out.
So you look at that percentage shooting the rock, 54% to 29%. Oftentimes you'll see a game like that, and it's not a 5-point advantage for somebody. It's much larger. Turnovers have certainly helped North Carolina State and a lack thereof to offset some of that poor shooting, along with at least preventing Pitt from getting more offensive rebounds, or any for that matter.
Yeah, NC State's done a fantastic job on the defensive glass. Pitt has no offensive rebounds in this game. So it's a chess match. NC State forcing turnovers, cleaning up the defensive glass, and Pitt shooting the ball from a strong percentage.
Pitt closed the half with a 6-0 run. Meanwhile, North Carolina State scoreless in the last 4 minutes of the first half. Missed on their final 5 shots going into the locker room. Down low, Hughley, and a foul coming up. And if that's against Mohorčić, that's his 3rd.
It has to be. I thought on the flight of the pass is when he fouled.
So already 3 fouls against him. Catch and shoot by Henson, a little short. Clark with the rebound.
You see the first play by Jeff Capel, pounding it right inside. I'm sure both coaches talked about, hey, we shot a lot of threes in the first half. Let's get the ball inside the paint and then play inside out basketball.
Joyner off the mark, down low, off the miss. Morsell hits the jumper from the baseline.
I thought NC State in the first half had some good looks from 3, but I also thought they had some itchy threes, like they were just one pass and up or right off the catch, shooting it versus shot faking it and driving it into the paint. When you take itchy threes, there's a lot of long rebounds when you miss.
How much of that is pressing because of the poor shooting?
I think it's a lot. I think what happens is you start missing, you start thinking you have to shoot more until it goes in. Now that's good at times for somebody like Tarquavian Smith, but even he had some itchy threes, I thought, where he could have penetrated the paint.
Nothing itchy about Burton's game so far. He's got 10. 5-point game again at 35-30, and a foul along the baseline. It'll be Hughley picking up his 2nd.
And Pittsburgh trying to establish the paint in the second half. They have 18 paint points so far. NC State just 12. They worked on this play, NC State, in the shoot-around. Great trap.
Morsell gave it up. Numbers for Pitt. And Henson is fouled on the way up. 2 free throws on the way with a transfer out of Ole Miss.
Jeff Capel told me before the game, when the ball is below the foul line, we may randomly trap the ball screen. That time, so effective. 2 on the ball. They rotate the back line. Henson gets to the free throw line.
So Henson at the stripe following the first foul against Clark. And Henson has been quite the find, and what a story for Blake Henson. Coming into this season, he had not played since the 2019-20 campaign. He transferred from Ole Miss to Iowa State, but due to medical issues not related to COVID, did not play. And now at Pitt trying to contribute, and he has done so with 10 points here tonight and a 7-point lead for the Panthers.
Yeah, Jeff Capel says he's very competitive and really coachable.
Morsell goes off the glass to cut it to a 5-point game. 6 points for Morsell.
The more you can score, whether it's free throws or made field goals, you can set your defense. And Kevin Keats wants to extend the defense for NC State.
steal. Mahorcic with those long arms able to steal that one away. He gets it here. Ooh, almost got that one to go, but got fouled, and he'll go to the line to try to cut into this deficit.
He gets in foul trouble from time to time, but he brings State a lot of energy, talking a lot in the shoot around, asking questions.
Well, make no mistake about it, despite the struggles tonight being able to stay on the floor, he's been very impactful through this 7-1 start for the Wolfpack, averaging 9.7 rebounds per game coming in as he misses the first free throw.
He can score one-on-one in the post with deep position and angles. He's a great screener and dive guy. He can get Smith, Morsell, and Joyner open because he's such a great screener.
Helped the Wolfpack pick up their 6th steal of the night. Gets a free throw there, cuts it to a 4-point game at 37-33, just underway. Second half, Derek Jones and Paul Biancardi with you tonight from the PNC Arena ACC opener for Pitt and North Carolina State.
What a strong on-ball defender, Jarkel Joyner.
Burton tries to make his move, drives and scores.
He is quick to the hole.
Jamarius Burton with a bucket. 12 points tonight, 6-point lead for the Panthers.
Here's the screen and roll and replace. They got 4 round 1. Block and shooter from the outside.
And a blocking foul down low off the drive by Mahorcic.
Watch Burton calling for the screen. Waits, baits, and then attacks. He just baited the defender just for a moment with the hesitation and the quick blow by.
Burton with 12. By the way, that foul charge to Elliott, that's his second. Mahorcic, 5th school in 5 years. Short on the first. This weekend we have Duke and North Carolina on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Tomorrow, the number 17 Blue Devils host Boston College at Cameron Indoor. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern, and Sunday, the number 18 Tar Heels take on Virginia Tech in the second game of our doubleheader at 3 Eastern. Miami and Louisville tip things off at 1. Should be a great couple of days of hoops along the ACC Network. 5-point game for the Panthers. 39-34. Cummings, space for a 3. Mahorcic with a rebound. Joyner, who was quiet offensively in that first half, lost the ball off his leg. Pitt ball.
He only has 1 point in this game, and he's 0 for 4. But what he has to do is continue to defend and run the team.
5th turnover of the night for the Wolfpack, and Joyner had plenty of success last week. He was named ACC Player of the Week on Monday. His 3 games at Battle for Atlantis, huge.
He's got only 1 free throw in this game, no field goals. But that young man is dialed in. He doesn't count on his jump shot or his scoring to dictate his energy level. That's why he's special.
Oh, Cummings almost lost a handle. Federico contested by Burns. The and one picked up by Blake Henson. And Henson and his teammates feeling it right now as Henson tries to hit the 3-point play in a moment after the foul.
Watch the passion, the intensity by Blake Henson. Federico looked like he got bumped a little bit. Henson scrappy, finishes, the emotion. You need that emotion on the road. You got to fire yourself up. Everybody in the building is against you. You got to create your own energy.
Especially for a Pitt team that has struggled mightily on the road in the ACC. Morsell, fadeaway J. Cummings tracks it down.
Yeah, Morsell is best off the catch and shoot, not off the fadeaway.
Wolfpack have to be careful here. The lead at 7. Cummings against Clark. Could be another foul coming up here against Jack Clark. That's number 3 on Clark. 7-point lead for the Panthers. Stay tuned, more from PNC Arena in a moment.
But what cancer cannot touch is my mind, my heart, and my soul. It can't touch those 3 things.
What a memorable moment at Reynolds Coliseum back in 1993. It's V Week at ESPN. When we partner with the V Foundation to highlight the urgent need for cancer research, this is game-changing research that helps save lives. You can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research. Burton. Now digging back in, and he is fouled going to the rim. And once again, the Panthers will visit the charity stripe.
Whole different mentality in the second half for Pitt. Everything is on the attack or the post up. 22-point paints right now for Pitt. At halftime, they were 3 for 9 from 3. Right now, they're 3 for 11. They've only taken 2 threes in the first 5 minutes. I think Jeff Capel made that adjustment at halftime to say, hey, we got to pound the ball inside to our bigs, and let's start taking their guards off the dribble.
It's the second foul, by the way, against Terquavion Smith.
And Pitt doing an excellent job defending the 3. NC State 3 for 16 right now, only 19%. They come into this game holding opponents right at 30%. That's high-level three-point line defense.
Burton with 14, largest lead of the game now for Pitt at 9, 43-34. Remember, coming into this game, the highest scoring offense in the ACC. Burton drives, lays it up and in. So Burton once again active and getting it done with a steal. He's got 16.
Well, Smith has to back cut that. You're being denied well beyond the three-point line. Make a back cut to the basket. This could be good.
Burns trying to spin off against Federico. Throws it into the backcourt. Another turnover forced. And the problems continue on offense for North Carolina State. 9-point lead becoming an 11-point lead for the Panthers. Timeout on the floor. More from PNC Arena. Stay tuned. Pitt leads by 11, and the Panthers defense really starting to clamp down on the Wolfpack, Paul.
Yeah, they're not allowing DJ Burns now to go one-on-one. Watch, 2 in the blue. Hits it, fakes at the ball, he stunts at the ball. That makes DJ Burns indecisive. Now he doubles the ball, forces the turnover. When you stunt at the ball, you cause indecision. Good rotation, excellent post defense by the Panthers.
Last 2 minutes, 6 straight from Pitt, with 3 North Carolina State turnovers mixed in there. And that run ends courtesy of the bucket by Smith.
I like when Smith will decide to go to the basket. With his jump shot, all he needs is a simple ball fake, a shot fake. And he can get rim almost anytime he wants because they're going to fly at him.
Sabandi catch and shoot, can't connect. Smith with the rebound. He's got 13, by the way, off of 4 of 11 shooting from the field. He'll launch here and hit.
A great rhythm shooter. Kevin Keats likes to mix up the offense, have Smith come off ball screens, off the dribble, and then sometimes just run off screens from the weak side.
4 in a row from the Wolfpack. Federico with the kick deflected. Shot clock under 10. Henson under duress, and a foul coming up against Greg Gant.
Once that shot clock gets under 10, the last thing you want to do is bail out the offense. Yep, he reached with the right hand and the left hand. Hinson stayed strong with the ball. That's where you gotta have discipline if you're Gant.
That's number 2 on Gant. Nearly stolen, a scramble. Sabani able to track it down. Hinson 3. Federico, and a foul.
And he pushed off with the left hand, Federico.
That's his first. And again, the Wolfpack with an opportunity to draw closer.
He put his hand on DJ Burns. I don't think he moved DJ Burns, but just the look of the push. The official made the call. And it was the right call.
The Wolfpack averaging 83 points per game, tops in the ACC coming into this game, and life has gotten a lot harder at the start of ACC play as we'll get a foul coming up here. And it'll be charged to Federico. That's number 2, so 2 quick fouls.
And once you go through your conference, scoring becomes even harder the second time around because scouting reports get a lot more detailed. They know tendencies, they know plays. By the end of the season, the opposition knows exactly what you're going to do.
The 3 is in from Greg Gant. So Gant hits his first 3-pointer of the season to cut it to a 4-point game. First points of the night by Gant. The answer is in. Wow, what an answer from Greg Elliott to extend it back out to a 7-point game at 48-41. He's got 7.
He's second on the team with 14 made threes this season. You know, Pitt's right behind NC State with made threes. State has 72 made threes so far this season. Pitt with 70.
Gant with the kick. The 3. That's no good.
Great rebound by Hinson. 2 hands. Then the outlet.
Joiner's offensive struggles continue. Burton in the lane, a collision, and a blocking foul called. And the fans apoplectic yet again here in PNC Arena.
NC State is getting beat off the bounce in the second half. They've got to sit down, slide their feet, and make sure the help is in the gap.
And it's now a 1-and-1 situation with 12-14 left to go, Paul. That could be a problem later.
It's a problem right now. What happens is when you get beat off the dribble and there's no help from the guards or from the side, your bigs have to step up, and that's where foul trouble occurs.
Burton, who's had a heck of a night so far. Good on the first. Here's this week's Conference Championship Saturday lineup on ACC Network. Coverage from Charlotte started earlier today and continues at 9 Eastern with The Huddle. On Saturday, a 2-hour pregame show with The Huddle crew kicks off at 6 Eastern. Then after the game, head back to ACC Network for a complete game breakdown with coach and player interviews. You can always watch on the ESPN app if you're out and about.
And Pitt is a very good free throw shooting team. They're shooting 73%. That's good for a team.
8 minutes in. Half 2. 9-point lead for the Panthers. Joiner. He'll try the jumper from the wing. Missed it.
Pitt's done a terrific job of hedging ball screens, hard, flat helping, even on handoffs. They're very active.
And a travel by Hughley. With a lead at 9, 50-41. The Panthers trying to pull the upset on the road. Paul, the Wolfpack has not been able to find an answer for Jamarius Burton.
He's been terrific off the bounce. He's top 5 in the ACC field goal percentage of 54. You can see why. He takes high percentage shots. Here he calls for the ball screen. Hesitation. He baits the defender. Goes strong to the basket.
He scored double figures in every game this season for Pitt, and a turnover off the miss by Burns, but nearly a turnover on the other side, and now they give it up as Hughley unable to keep control of that one. Wolfpack basketball.
Burton with 18 in this game. He's perfect from the free throw line.
He had 18 against FDU. So tying his season high in scoring here tonight.
Maybe Coach Capel might want to change the color of their shirts because players are going to throw it to him. Maybe he's got to wear a different color.
Burns rolling, now posting up. Hook shot, short, but a foul.
The closer DJ Burns gets to the basket, the better for DJ Burns at NC State. He's got just a little bit of a herky-jerky motion inside, being left-handed to draw the foul. It's hard for him to score over length, but he can score against bulk.
Burns sees the first one spin out, shooting 64% from the line on the season.
And when he sees the double coming, and he has time, he's a terrific passer. Now he turned it over that other possession because Pitt came on a stunt. They didn't come hard.
1 out of 2 from the redshirt junior. 11-11 left to go. 8-point lead as Burns has 12 for the Wolfpack.
And if you're State, you have to guard and not foul.
Burton for help in the Hughley. Right-handed hook. They have grazing iron that time. Oh, Smith fired that one well over Greg Gant, and another turnover. Paul, the turnovers did not come often for North Carolina State in the first half. Different story now.
Terquavion Smith, he looked at Burns, then he went to Gant. He told us today at shoot-around, I worked a lot on being able to read the floor better, and he's done that this year with 5 assists per game. He'll watch the video and he'll learn from that.
9 turnovers now for the Wolfpack after just 3 in the first half. Room for a Cummings 3 is good, and the foul. Nelly Cummings, 4-point play chance on the way.
Oh, Nelly uses the ball screen by Federico. Plenty of time and space. He had a season-high 17, Jason Capel picking him up. He had season-high 17 against Northwestern.
And now that's number 4 on Terquavion Smith.
For Kevin Keats, you want to keep him out to the 8-minute TV timeout. I think you have to get him back in the game when you can, as soon as you can. You can't let this lead of 12 blow up any bigger.
LJ Thomas comes in for him. Gant with the drop to Thomas. Thomas. The kick, the corner 3 by Joyner is no good. And his woes continue tonight, averaging 17 points per game. Is stuck on 1. Henson open look at a 3. Can't connect. Out to Joyner on the move. 3-on-3 basketball. Joyner in the lane. Offensive foul.
That was an easy call.
Joyner's first.
That was Cummings. Watch Cummings, 0. Just backs up, then he holds his ground, and Joyner never did anything to avoid the charge. That's where you got to jump stop. There's someone between you and the basket, you can't get there. Unless the defender is below the restricted arc. That's a simple read, but in the heat of the moment, Joyner went too far.
You know, we talk so much about three-point shooting coming into this game, but you've got to give a lot of credit to Pitt's defense and the job they've done here against North Carolina State.
They've done an excellent job defensively. Solid, physical. I love their ball screen defense in this game. They've trapped at times, other times they've given flat help. No easy drives to the basket, and three-point shots have been contested.
Mahorcic goes glass, it goes in. Dusan Mahorcic with 4.
With the three-point shooters that NC State have, he's going to get that opportunity one-on-one in the post. Even though Smith is out, you got Joyner, you got Morcell and Clark. 3 guys who can make consecutive threes.
They're tending to a wet spot on the floor, causing a brief delay.
If State can get this below 10 at the 8-minute TV timeout, it buys a little bit more time for Terquavion Smith.
Dealing with Thomas. Burton, a lob in for Federico, scores. Federico with the catch and the bucket, 12-point lead.
Burton does such a great job of hesitation and go. He waits until his teammate is open. He doesn't panic.
Federico now with 6. Joyner. Clark puts it on the deck. A foul coming up.
And that drive has been open all night long. I think when Kevin Keats and his staff look at the tape, they're going to see they had a lot of driving lines in this game.
1-on-1 situation off of that foul against Clark. Clark knocks down the first. We've seen some amazing fans across the ACC, and now we need your help. This winter, ACC Network wants to experience each sport from your perspective. So snap a pic or take a video, tag it with hashtag #AllTheDevotion, and post it to your social. You just might see it on ACC Network. Clark gets both first 2 points of the game for the graduate student.
Now for NC State, you just get into the ball, but you don't commit foolish fouls. You don't give up layups, but you got to help each other.
Birdie, the kick, open 3 Cummings. That's no good. Clark with a rebound.
Now you have to attack if you State. They need Joyner right now.
Morcell. Orchich the feed. Thomas with the acrobatic layup.
The freshman, L.J. Thomas. Beautiful cut when the ball's in the post. NC State needs more off-ball movement when the ball's in the post. Great cut.
Thomas in to spell Smith off the bench. First bucket of the game. A miss. A Clark rebound. Joyner with the step. The layup. No good. The offensive rebound. And the putback for Horchich. Now with 8.
Horchich, a hard-working dude in the paint.
The lead down to 6. Approaching 7.5 left to go from PNC Arena. Thanks for joining us tonight on ACC Network. Elliott, baseline. Underneath, 7 to shoot. Throws it up, missed it.
Good defense by Clark.
Down the floor for Mahorchich, but it goes right off his hands, out of bounds. Pick ball.
Watch this cut by the freshman, L.J. Thomas. Splits 2. Pack back in it.
6-point lead for Pitt over North Carolina State. 6 straight scored by the Wolfpack. The turnovers, Paul, have been a part of the story here both ways.
It really has. NC State sloppy in the second half. Pitt has a lot to do with it.
8 turnovers for the Wolfpack in this second half. 11 for the game.
State still doing a great job on the defensive glass. They have to make that a priority here.
Smith still out, by the way, with a foul trouble. He's got 4. Sabandi, 3, that's good. Nike Sabandi pops a 3. He's got 8.
He is a catalyst for this team. The ability just to jumpstart when they need buckets or plays.
Joyner. Under 10 to shoot. The 3 is banked in by L.J. Thomas. Wow.
And the freshman working the crowd right now. He gets an off-ball cut for a layup and a bank 3.
5 points off the bench. Ball knocked out of bounds. Stays with Pitt. North Carolina State trying to escape a trend from last season. They won one ACC game here at home. They were 1-9 in ACC play in their building. The runner is in from Burton. Wow, 20 points now for Jamarius Burton.
The big has to stay with Burton if he's going to flat help. If not, the guard has to get over in front.
Morcell.
Ball's got to move. Excuse me, Derek. A lot of looking. You need more ball movement.
Mahorcic goes at Federico and draws a whistle.
Kevin Keats with the right call. Get the big fella the ball on the right block. Pitt's not going to double. They may not even try to dig it out. They haven't yet.
Here we go. We got two.
Because if you're Jeff Capel and you dig and he throws it out, they knock down a three. Crowd gets into it.
Mahorcic short on that free throw attempt. The struggles against Burton continue tonight. 20 points for Burton, 8 in the first half, 12 in the second. He has been very efficient, 7 of 10 from the field.
And Mahorcic, 57% career free throw shooter.
1 out of 2, 7 points for Mahorcic.
They got KC Morcell, the right guy on Burton. Now he's got to fight over the ball screen.
Federico with the screen, Burton with the drive and the finish. 2 more.
Morcell got over, not quick enough. And Mahorcic, he's not going to hedge that hard. He's trying to flat help it. But Burton has the blow-by speed right to the rack.
Burton transferred from Wichita State, Texas Tech, by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. And he's got the ball here, trying to add to a 9-point lead.
Great defense by Hinson. Blake Hinson blocking a jump shot.
Lobbed into Federico, walled off by Thomas in a steal.
This is big.
Pull up, missed it. And Hinson able to control things. Paul, how about that shot?
In rhythm, wide open transition. Jarkel Joyner just having an off night.
Cummings gets a screen. Hinson will try it, that's blocked.
Another opportunity for the Wolfpack.
Joyner. Open down low is Mahorcic with the easy layup.
Great job by Joyner to draw the defense and dump it down to the big. He didn't let that last jump shot affect his mindset at all. That's why he's special. He's a special kid and he's a special player.
Cummings, a little size differential problem. Throws it into the corner for Sabandi. He'll fire and hit. Nike Sabandi buries another three-pointer. 65-56. A lead for the Pitt Panthers. More from PNC. Stay tuned. A lead for Pitt, 65-56, 3:37 left to go. Derek Jones and Paul Biancardi with you. And Paul, Nike Sabandi feeling it tonight.
He's been so efficient. He's 4 for 8 overall, 2 for 4 from 3. He averages 6.5 points per game. Nice shot fake to create some space. He's already gave the Panthers 10 points.
Correction, that last shot was a 2. His foot was on the line. And his impressive performance tonight. One thing to note, he missed all of last season due to a torn ACL. This is an impressive start to the season for him. Smith back on the floor. Clark with the 3. That's an air ball. Sabandi with a rebound.
Now for NC State, you have to look for Terquavion Smith right now. You got 3 minutes and change to go. He's got to get his shots.
Burton with a career high 22 adds to it. He's got 24 and a lead of 11 for the Panthers.
He has been outstanding in this game.
Federico going toe-to-toe. Burns trying to body him down. Missed a shot, slapped back outside from Morcell.
Nice tap out. He's got to think about launching it.
Smith, the kick. Joyner open for three, no good. Burns battling, can't score. Tipped, Morcell. And a turnover by Joyner. I believe he stepped out on the sideline. Back over to Pitt.
And Smith was wide open at the top of the key. But because the ball was in the left corner along the baseline, they couldn't find him. Nice trap.
And a timeout called by the Panthers. So Jeff Capel wants to talk about it. An 11-point lead for the Pitt Panthers. More from Raleigh. Stay tuned. Derek Jones and Paul Biancardi with you. Pitt with the lead, 67-56. They have won just 3 of 24 meetings against North Carolina State, and now with an opportunity to get their ACC season started off proper. And a big part of that has been their defense. You saw there the turnovers forced. That's been a big part of their success tonight.
If you're Jeff Capel, you have to expect traps everywhere right now. Your players have to be available to each other. Short passes and movement.
Burton just running that clock down. The kick to Henson. Down to 3, down to 2. Cummings 3. No good. Smith.
See Pitt in transition. 2 guys on Smith.
Burns is fouled. And that opens things up. You throw 2 guys on 1 player, somebody should be open.
Smith made the right decision. He was thinking about launching it, but he had Federico on him, 6'10".
2 shots, here we go, D.
Burton as well, and that's called a shadow. You have 1 guy on him and another guy shadowing. 2 on the ball in transition. Smart defense by Pitt.
That's number 3 on Cummings. Just 1 out of 2 for Burns. He's stuck on 2 points in the second half. He's got 13 points for the game. Still a double-digit deficit faced by the Wolfpack.
State has to make multiple traps. If not, Pitt's going to hold it right down to the very end of the shot clock.
Down to 7 here.
Got to trap him.
Cummings underneath the rim with 4. Cummings stuck. Turnaround shot by Burton, no good. Tip kept alive by Hanson. Huge rebound. Federico missed the layup at point blank range.
State, you got to go quick. Then you're going to have to foul.
Morcell from deep connects. And a timeout called by Kevin Keats. So Morcell with 9 after the 3. The deficit at 7 with just over a minute left. And Paul, they need some stops, and obviously they're going to need to turn around their luck from the field to try to get back into this game.
I don't know if there's enough time for stops. You're down 3 possessions. You may have to go for 1 trap and then play the foul game. The Pitt's a very good free throw shooting team. But right now you have to extend this game as much as possible.
The Panthers with an opportunity here to pull a win off on the road, which would be huge for them. North Carolina State came in playing very well. They won 2 out of their 3 games at the Battle for Atlantis. And for Pitt to come in here and win, that would be huge for them. Preseason picked 14th in the ACC preseason poll.
I don't see both of these teams finishing where the polls say. I think they're going to finish higher. I love the way each team is playing. New roster, great chemistry. Terquavion Smith must be careful. He's got 4 fouls. He can't be the 1 foul.
Sabandi doubled. They break the pressure down the floor. Henson able to stay alive. Sabandi Now Elliott, who's got a season high in rebounds tonight. Henson, open to Sabandi. Sabandi blocked at the rim by Clark. Got it back with 4 to shoot. Down at 1. The jumper by Burton is no good. Burns with a loose ball. Smith, Clark three-quarter, no good. And Henson with a rebound with 23.7 left to go. And the Wolfpack in deep trouble as it's a double bonus situation now for the Pitt Panthers.
I love the unselfishness by Terquavion Smith, but I thought that would have been a pass fake to the corner. Let the defense bite on that and then shot.
It's just been a tough go for the Wolfpack from 3 in particular tonight. At the last media stop, they were 5 of 22 from 3. And those shot attempts have been harder to come by here in the second half. As Henson, no good on the first free throw.
You still got a shot here if you stay. You want to try to get rim first, get 2 points.
As we got a shot there at Henson's former teammate from Ole Miss, Jarkel Joyner. 1 out of 2 for Henson. 8-point game, just 20 seconds left to go. They've got to get shots up stat. Joyner will fire. That's no good. Elliott with the rebound with 13 seconds left to go.
And that's the downside of the 3-ball. When you miss, it's over.
The Pitt Panthers come into PNC Arena and stun North Carolina State in the ACC opener 68-60 to hand the Wolfpack their first loss at home this season and the 5th straight win for the Panthers. First 5-game winning streak for them since the 2020-21 season. What a job done, Paul, by Jeff Capel.
It was the defense for Pitt. NC State was averaging 83 points a game. They finished with 60. It was the defense on the 3-point line, and it was the defense in the paint. Tremendous job by the Panthers on the road.
Jamarius Burton with a career night. Paul, he was huge.
Just attacking the rim all game long. Sizing up the defender, finding the open pocket of space. In transition, he goes strong, he goes hard. Excellent finisher. The change of pace. He was a maestro off the ball screen tonight.
A career-high 24 points for Burton to help pace the Pitt Panthers in the ACC opener. 6th win of the season for Pitt. The final score tonight, Pitt 68, North Carolina State 60. Coming up next is more ACC Huddle presented by Subway live from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. For Paul Biancardi, I'm Derek Jones. For our entire crew saying so long from Raleigh, North Carolina. Have a good night, everybody.